10 Korean skincare brands ranked by what is actually in the bottle versus what you are paying for. 5 of them charge luxury prices for ingredients that have never been proven to work, hiding behind fancy marketing, royal stories, and secret blends the brand will not let anyone test. The other 5 give you the same kinds of ingredients, sometimes even better ones, for a tiny fraction of the price. They come with real studies, real numbers on the label, and formulas that quietly outperform Korean luxury brands, selling for 15 times more. Every entry on this list comes down to one simple question: are you paying for proof, or are you paying for a pretty story? We look at the actual studies, the dermatologists who have spoken out, and the price math that the luxury side of the industry really does not want you doing. Starting with the most expensive Korean skincare brand on the shelf. Number 1. Solwasu Concentrated Ginseng Renewing Cream is the priciest Korean skincare brand most people will ever see on a shelf. The little 60 milliliters jar sells for $320. The brand is owned by Amore Pacific, the biggest beauty company in South Korea, and the entire Solwasu line is built around one big idea: that traditional Korean ginseng is a magic anti-aging ingredient. The marketing wants you to believe centuries of old world medicine are now sitting in a fancy jar. Here is the catch. In 2021, the Journal of Ginseng Research, the top science publication in the world dedicated to ginseng, looked at the actual evidence and concluded there is no proof that ginseng builds collagen when you rub it on your face. Ginseng can do real things when you eat it or inject it, but when you put it on the skin, the science just is not there. So you're paying $320 for a beautiful story that the actual research does not back up. Number 2. The history of who Beach Up self-generating anti-aging essence takes the heritage marketing thing even further. The 50 milliliters bottle costs $230, and the whole brand is built around the idea of ancient Korean royal palace medicine. They say the formula is inspired by treatments once used by queens and empresses. The hero ingredient is a secret blend they call Gongjin Bidon, described as a special complex of traditional medicinal herbs. The product launched in 2003. That means the brand has had over 20 years to prove this formula actually works. They have not done it. No real studies, no published results, no outside scientists allowed to test the blend. Cosmetic chemists who have looked at the ingredient list say the formula is mostly just regular moisturizing ingredients, with the herb blend appearing at amounts far too small to do anything. The Royal Palace story is beautiful marketing. The chemistry inside the bottle does not match what the marketing is selling. Number 3. Sum 37 Losec Suma Elixir Essence might be the most dramatic price tag on this entire list. An 80 milliliter bottle costs $470. The whole brand is built around one word: fermented. Sum 37 wants you to believe that fermenting their ingredients turns the formula into something powerful that you cannot get anywhere else. Stephen Elaine Coe, a real cosmetic chemist with a big educational following in the skincare world, called this out publicly in 2022. He explained that fermented ingredients in skincare offer no real advantage over basic moisturizing ingredients that cost about 90% less. The word fermented has become one of the most overused tricks in Korean beauty marketing, slapped on bottles where the fermented ingredient is included at amounts so tiny it cannot actually do anything. The real moisturizing in some 37 essences comes from the same basic ingredients you will find in cheap drugstore products: glycerin, common humectants. The fermenting story is the premium. The chemistry is not. Number 4. Amore Pacific Time Response Skin Renewal Cream is one of the clearest examples in the entire industry of the same company selling the same ingredient at completely different prices. A 1.7-ounce jar costs $475. The headline ingredient is green tea extract. Now, here is where it gets ridiculous. Amore Pacific is also the parent company of Innisfree, the affordable Korean brand that built its whole reputation on green tea sourced from the same Jeju Island farms. Same green tea, same island, same parent company. Innisfree sells products with that green tea for under $30. Amore Pacific sells the prestige version for $475. That's a price difference of over $400 per jar, And that extra money is not buying you a better ingredient. It is buying you fancier packaging, a more expensive store, and the prestige of the Amore Pacific name on the box. If you want the green tea, you can already get it for under $30 from the company's own cheaper brand. Number 5, Ohui. The first Geniture Ampule Advanced closes out the overpriced list with one of the most misleading marketing claims in Korean beauty. The 45 milliliters bottle costs $195, and the brand sells the formula on something called stem cell technology. The words stem cell sound futuristic and almost medical. The marketing wants you to believe that stem cells in this bottle are going to regenerate your skin. In 2020, the International Society for Stem Cell Research, the global authority on stem cell science, put out a statement that pretty much shut this whole category down. They explained that no skincare product can deliver real working stem cells through the skin. Your skin is literally built to keep things like that out. So, whatever is in a bottle marketed as stem cell skincare, it is not a real stem cell. It is a processed extract or some other ingredient that has nothing to do with what stem cell therapy actually means. Ohui is not the only brand pulling this trick. Pretty much every cosmetic stem cell product runs on the same misleading language. But when you are charging almost $200 for a bottle, you should know the world's leading stem cell scientists have said plainly that the marketing claim is not real. Now, we flip the script. 5 Korean skincare brands that are quietly doing the opposite. Real ingredients at real concentrations, backed by real studies, all for prices that show you exactly how much extra you are paying for those luxury labels. Number 6. COSRX Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence has become one of the most respected, affordable products in Korean skincare for one simple reason. It actually has the science to back it up. The 100 milliliters bottle costs $25. The hero ingredient is snail mucin. And yes, that is exactly what it sounds like, snail goo. The brand puts it in the bottle at 96%. Now, here is where it gets interesting. In 2020, the Journal of Dermatological Science, a real medical research publication, ran a study showing that snail mucin at this concentration genuinely improves how hydrated and healthy the skin looks. Real people, real results. Published research anyone can look up. And the amount on the label matches the amount used in the study, which is the kind of honesty the luxury brands almost never give you. At 25 cents per milliliter, COSRX is doing the thing that Solwasu, The History of Who, and Sum 37 charge 10 and 20 times more for, with actual proof attached. Number 7. Beauty of Joseon Glow Serum with propolis and niacinamide has blown up across the global Korean beauty world by doing something simple, building a great formula and pricing it fair. The 30 milliliters bottle costs $17. The formula has 2 real well-known ingredients in it. Niacinamide is a form of vitamin B3 that dermatologists have recommended for years for evening out skin tone and strengthening the skin barrier. And propolis is a natural ingredient bees produce that has long been used in skin healing. The propolis is in there at 60%. That is not a random number. In 2019, a wound healing study published in a journal called Evidence-Based Complementary and Alternative Medicine showed that this exact concentration of propolis genuinely helps the skin barrier. The brand built its formula to match the research instead of just throwing in a tiny sprinkle for the label. For under $20, you are getting 2 ingredients with real science behind them at amounts that actually match what was studied. Most luxury Korean brands selling for 15 and 20 times this price will not even tell you what their concentrations are. Number 8. Anua Heartleaf 77% Soothing Toner is one of the most talked about affordable Korean products on the market right now, and it deserves the hype. The 250 milliliter bottle costs $19. The main ingredient is heartleaf, scientific name Hotunia cordata, and Anua puts it in the bottle at 77%. Back in 2018, a research paper in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology documented that heartleaf has real anti-inflammatory power. In plain terms, it calms red, irritated, angry skin. The reason the 77% matters is that it is high enough to do what the research says it can do. Most luxury brands toss a tiny drop of botanical ingredients into their formulas just so they can put it on the label, but the amount is too small to actually matter. Anua does the opposite. They put in enough of the active ingredient to actually work. At under 8 cents per milliliter, this is the kind of value that exposes how thin the price tag on luxury Korean toners really is. Number 9. Easentree Hyaluronic Acid Toner Plus is the perfect example of how the affordable Korean brands are quietly outperforming the luxury market on the actual chemistry. The 200 milliliters bottle costs $20. The hero ingredient is hyaluronic acid, which is the most popular hydrating ingredient in skincare. It works by holding on to water in your skin. Here's what makes Instri special. They put 8 different sizes of hyaluronic acid in this one bottle. That matters because the size of the hyaluronic acid molecule changes how deep it goes into the skin. Smaller molecules sink in deeper to hydrate from inside. Larger molecules stay on the surface to lock in moisture and plump the skin instantly. By using 8 different sizes, Instri is hydrating your skin at every level, all at once. Now, compare that to luxury Korean hyaluronic acid serums that charge 15 times more per milliliter. A lot of those products only use 2 or 3 sizes of hyaluronic acid. Instri is not just keeping up with the luxury brands. On this ingredient, the affordable brand is straight up doing it better. Number 10. Numbers in number 3 skin softening serum closes the list as a great example of how affordable Korean brands are winning by just being honest about what is in the bottle. The 50 milliliters bottle costs $28. The formula combines 3 well-known ingredients: niacinamide for tone and barrier support, glutathione, which is one of the most studied ingredients for evening out skin tone, and a vitamin complex. Together, those active ingredients add up to 77% of the bottle, and that number is printed right on the label, so you know exactly what you are getting. In 2023, Dr. Charles Park, a dermatologist, pointed to Numbuzin as a perfect example of how affordable brands are now delivering professional-level ingredients at about 1/10 the price of luxury Korean products that use the same exact ingredients. And here is the truth. Niacinamide and glutathione are not exclusive luxury ingredients. They are widely available and cheap to source. Every brand can buy them. So when you are paying $28 at Numbuzin or $280 at a luxury Korean brand, the actual stuff inside the bottle is the same. The difference is the marketing budget and how much they want you to believe the price tag. Across all 10 products, one thing becomes really clear. Korean skincare has taken over the world for a reason, but it is not the reason the luxury brands want you to believe. The affordable Korean brands are winning because they are being honest. They tell you what is in the bottle. They put real ingredients at real amounts that match real research. The luxury Korean brands on the other side are selling royal stories, secret blends, and made up science at prices 10 to 40 times higher. And often, those luxury brands are owned by the same parent companies, using the same supply chains and the same basic ingredients as the affordable brands they are charging you so much more than. The big patents are gone. The science is settled. The studies are out there for anyone to read. What separates a $20 Beauty of Choseon serum from a $470 Sum 37 Essence is not the ingredients. It is the box, the story, and the marketing budget. The people who win in this category are the ones who learn to look at the actual numbers on the label and stop falling for the legends.